So I gotta ask y'all a question before I get into it. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all believe that men actually need therapy? Or do you believe that a lot of women are pushing that men need therapy as a passive aggressive way to try to control them? Let me ask the question again. Do you believe that men actually need therapy? Or do you believe that it's a way or a sign language way or passive aggressive way for women to tell men that they need therapy as a way to control them or try to control them? Now, let me play this video and then I'll give my thoughts on it, all right?
Years, and we're starting to see a pattern in a lot of our peers who've been married 7+ years, and that the woman seems to be outgrowing the man. And what do I mean by that? I mean, a lot of women are doing a lot of personal work. They're going to therapy. They're unpacking and healing from a lot of baggage or trauma from their childhood or past relationships. They're becoming more self-aware. They're understanding their attachment styles and their communication patterns and why they are the way that they are, and growing and changing and evolving. And the men just aren't doing that work. They are growing financially or in their career because that's what they've been trained and conditioned to do, to provide. But they're not doing anything else. They're not going to therapy by themselves. And if they're going to couples therapy, she dragged his butt there. She found the therapist. She made the appointment. She reminded him a million times it was happening, and he just goes to appease her, not to actually be vulnerable and work on stuff, but just to try to like make her happy so that she'll chill out. And it is so sad to see because you can literally see it happening. You can see her growing and changing as a person, and he's totally fine being the way that he is. He's totally fine not peeling back those layers and working through that emotional, vulnerable stuff, right? He's like, he doesn't want to do that. And he's totally fine not doing it. But as she grows and changes, she has a desire to connect on a deeper level with her partner. She craves that, but you can't if they haven't done the work as well. And so there's this disconnect, and that causes problems in the relationship. And she essentially at some point realizes she has 3 choices if her partner is not going to change, is not going to do the work. She can either settle and be content and realize that he's never going to change, he's never going to grow, he's never going to do any personal work on himself or, you know, become self-aware in any of those ways. Like, he'll grow in his career, he'll grow financially, but as a person in every other way, like, that's not happening. Okay. So she can find a way to be content with that and not have resentment, or she can try to force him to change for the rest of their life. She can try to pull him along the growth journey and force and prod and get him and try to convince him to do it, which obviously causes a lot of problems. Or she can leave and she can try to find someone who is on her level, try to find someone who is willing to do the work, who is more her equal. And it is just sad to see from an outside perspective how common this is. And then it just makes you realize how, unfortunately, how rare it is to find a man who is willing to unpack things and do the inner work and work on themselves and figure out why they are the way that they are and whether or not they want to stay that way, or if they want to improve their communication patterns or their habits or their attachment styles or the way that they handle conflict. If they are going to, if they like, it's pretty rare to find a man who is willing to be vulnerable and emotional and communicate that and learn and grow with their partner with those more sensitive interpersonal things. And it's just unfortunate. And I think it probably contributes to the male loneliness epidemic that's happening, because women are like, I want a partner who will grow with me through every stage of life. I want a partner who's willing to evolve and to change. And unfortunately, it seems like a lot of men aren't.
Wait, who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man.
First and foremost, now you see why I posed the question, right? Now you see why I posed the question. But let's break this down. Right? Do I believe men need therapy? I don't think men need therapy in the sense that women say that men need therapy. So let me say that right there, right? So men get their therapy from, they develop through responsibility, provision, discipline, sacrifice, pressure, right? Women do it from emotional validation, boundary enforcement, self-focus, personal peace. Self. It's self. Men get the valid. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Playbook. But men get the validation from the actions of seeing the work and their provision for the other people that they have served or they're providing for. That's where they get their happiness from. When you hear men say, listen, man, I really don't listen. You really don't need to give me a gift. As long as my people taken care of, as long as they got a roof over their head, they ain't got nothing to worry about. They don't got nothing to worry about food, clothes on their back, nothing like that. We good, we solid, we straight. Like, I'm happy on that because he's doing what he's supposed to do as a man. We have different forms of therapy. And I think that nowadays women are using this as a tactic to try to control, because y'all heard her say, force a man to do this. I want to force this man. And she thinks that just because that she's going to therapy, that all of a sudden that translates to her being better or her elevating herself. No, it's all self. It's all for self. It's not helping the relationship. How has you being in therapy helped you develop as a wife? Because you're talking about your internal issues, your personal traumas that you've gone through in the past. But have you asked the question, listen, how can I be a better wife? How can I get outside myself and actually serve my husband the way that he's supposed to be served? You're so worried about this emotional intelligence bullshit. Y'all so worried, I just need a man to actually listen, be able to listen to me and focus on what I am saying. I need him here to just hear me vent. Nah. We got other shit we got going on. We got other things we're worried about just to sit here. And then on top of that, y'all don't want the solution because we're solution oriented. So therefore, you just want me to just sit there and listen to you. For what? And I'm not being, listen. I'm just giving you what men actually think, right? I'm not sitting up here telling you men need to be assholes. I'm not telling you that. But what I am saying that you got to think outside of yourself and stop being selfish when it comes to these relationships. That's why you don't see men out here going to therapy. If they are going to therapy, therapy looks different for them. They're going to the gym. They're kicking it with the fellas. They need that man, that man room that they're in. So they kick it with themselves for a little bit just to think to themselves, just to get inside their head a little bit. It's like, all right, let me relax for a minute. Let me calm the fuck down. Or, let me just relax a little. Let me let my hair down a little bit. Kick my feet up for a minute. That's their therapy. Watching the sports game. Letting their mind go for a minute. Instead of having to worry about what's to come, when the next bills will need to be done, or who needs to get taken care of, whatever the case may be, or what other obstacles they're going to have to overcome because we're trying to get to a destination here. Or he does something else. He dives even harder into his work. And he focuses more so on the purpose, on where they're trying to go. But we're so focused on trying to take these men to therapy so that way we can vent and we can hear the other person speak and hear their feelings and let me express to you how I'm feeling. Great. Now what? I disagree. And then if you are having to force this man to go to therapy, he already don't want to be there. He don't. So you need to adjust. If you're going for yourself, then go for yourself to better yourself so that way you can become a better wife. Or how about this? You go to therapy before you get into a relationship. Go to therapy before you get married. So now that you can fully understand yourself and who you are, and when you get in this relationship, you understand what it is that you need to do, because a lot of y'all aren't asking the question, how can I become a better wife? Y'all aren't asking that question. We're not having that conversation. And it's always these white women, bro. I kid you not. Now, mind, just a lot of black women who tell men to go to therapy too, but I'm like, y'all need to shut the hell up. You need to shut the hell up. No, we don't. For what? No, what we need to do, we need to get more focused. Focus more on our purpose. Focus more on our goals and where we're trying to go and what we're doing. Get in the gym. Get your homeboys. Go. Hey, listen, fellas, y'all need to have at least 2 days. At least get out with your homeboys twice a month. Go kick it. Get out the house. Go hang out with your homeboys. Nobody's saying be out there in the streets fucking with other women. We're not talking about that. Go out, kick it with your homeboys. Go have a good time. Get your mind off of the bullshit for a minute, and then get right back to it. Get back to what you're trying to get to. That's where the therapy comes in. Let me read some of these comments real quick. She says, Zara says, if you get yourself a good woman, she can actually be better therapy than some stranger. I agree. That's a fact. Because she understands her duty as a wife. She understands her duty. So what the fuck I need to go to another therapist for? When we can have the conversation right here. This is why we need, this always goes back to the foundation of the relationship. Ask the hard questions up front. Like, how are you in pressured situations? What is it like if I were to, we understand where we're going, but if at some point you need to carry the load more than I have to, are you okay with that? How is that gonna fuck with you mentally? How is it gonna fuck with you internally? Because life happens sometime, bro. Life happens. I don't give a fuck. Every rich person done been through the ringer. Every rich person done been through the ringer. They done told you before, listen, bro, there was a time, man, my wife had to take care of all the fucking bills. But I still had to go and get it though. So that way we can get back on top. So there's gonna be a time. So how do you react under pressure? When you're feeling some type of way, do you lash out? Or do you understand how to come to a conclusion and we can resolve this issue together? How are you in that? That's where the real shit comes in. That's really truly understanding yourself and really wanting to be that wife and understand that, listen, man, I need to be better for him. Because me over here nagging him, talking about how I feel internally and personally, that's a me problem. So I need to go to therapy and focus on myself and focus on who I am and ask these motherfuckers, how can I be a better wife to serve my husband better? Because I guarantee you, when he's out with his homeboys, he's not asking, hey, man, how can I be a better husband to serve my wife, bro? Because he already knows what he needs to do. He needs to get to it, get more focused, get in the gym because she ain't as attracted to him as she once was. Get back in the gym. Make sure you're focused, because a lot of women, they love a man that's focused. They love a man that's on his purpose. They love a man that's bringing home the results. They do. So when you're a man that's focused and you're focusing on your purpose, I get it. Sometimes you're gonna have to sacrifice that time with the family from time to time. I get that. But I guarantee you, she's gonna be more in love with you, more attracted to you when you're on your purpose and you're on your drive versus you just sitting over there being a couch potato, not doing shit, just drinking the beer every single fucking day. You ain't working, you just watching TV and being a slouch. I guarantee you. Box gonna be drier than the Sahara Desert. And then if you're really on top of your shit and she really about it and she really rocking with you, nigga, you take her with you everywhere you go. Especially if you're a traveling businessman. Take her with you. Now not only are you working, but now you can do things with her together. And I get it, sometimes you got kids too, so it ain't always the case. But time to time, take her with you. Bring her on the ride. Let her see you work. Let her see you in real time, in action. She gonna then have a different perspective. She's like, oh shit, hold up. I didn't realize you was doing all of this. I didn't realize it was like this. You know what, babe? Let me stop tripping. Let me get out of my own fucking head. Then next thing you know, she gonna come back apologizing to you. I'm so fucking sorry. I really do apologize. I did not realize you were doing all of that. Now I understand why you move the way that you move, the things that you say. I understand it now. And guess what? That dynamic of that relationship gonna be 10 times better. Listen, bro. Listen. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, shorty. What's bullshit about it? Not a lot of people are understanding like that, Court. No, I get it. Not a lot of people are understanding, but guess what? I'm gonna give you the real. I'm drinking from the hose of truth right now. That's what I'm drinking from. What about doing everything together? Like my problems are your problems and your problems are my problems. I mean, that could be a thing, but typically the problems are internal. They're your own problems. You need to fix them. Fix the problem internally first, and then if you can't fix them, then go to your spouse about it. Like, listen, man, I'm having these issues right here. We need to figure out a solution. A better wife, they don't understand how to be normal human. Yep. Yes, King Will said, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, big dog. Women push therapy because they don't want to be the listening ear and understanding mind. Exactly. So exactly. Because I guarantee you, if a man really sat down and poured out everything that's going on in his head, every single thing that's going on in his head, a lot of women would not be able to fathom that. They would be like, oh shit, I didn't. You know what? That's a lot. That's a lot. We need the women to step out of the masculine and to be feminine to help us balance our energy. Facts. Hey, my wife is white and every woman has an attitude. Hell yeah, every woman does have an attitude. I know that. Every woman has an attitude. Black, white, green, orange, yellow. All y'all got attitudes. Yes. Yes. What are you talking about, black men no lead? See, you making it a race thing. I'm talking about women in general. I'm talking about women in general, men in general. What the fuck are you talking about? And you automatically come in here talking about race. Where did I say white woman, black woman? Where did I say anything in regards to a black woman, white woman relationship? I said men, women, how to be a better wife, how to be a better husband. That's what I'm talking about. You talking about race. No, but you said, stop it. You said black men don't lead. I can't. Black men. I'm talking about men in general. And yes, black men do lead. Now, the black men that you probably have dealt with probably aren't leaders because you probably attract the wrong type of black men. I know phenomenal black men who do great things for their wives, out here getting it out the mud for their wives, starting businesses for their wives. So I don't know what type of people you hanging around. After Epstein was arrested in jail, Bill Gates went and hung out several times while our left is going after Bill Gates. I don't know, bro. His imagery, Caucasian white. His imaginary Caucasian white. Who's in? Oh, to my Cheetah? To my Cheetah's imaginary Caucasian white? Nah, big dog. Ain't nothing. Hey, listen. What I'm gonna do first? You know, listen, I ain't gonna take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are ignorant sometimes. You feel me? I get it. Yeah, we know Courtnee Edgar ain't got the deepest voice, but hey, that's fine though. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no, yeah, bro, my voice super deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? We understand that, bro. We understand that. We know what's up, but don't do that. They love the Pookies and Ray Rays. Why is that so important? And then, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Stop it. Mom and dad still married. Me and the problem. Stop it. Mom and dad still married. Me and the problem. Okay, so yeah, you a feminist, huh? Didn't you say you date a white woman? Oh no, you said your wife is white. So yeah, of course you would say that. Mr. Organics is an awesome leader. Should check him out. Yeah, I heard of Mr. Organics, bro. Check him out. Says then your attitude would probably change. That's a fact. Tell her, bro. Let her know. Yeah, you married to a white woman. So, and you a girl, right? You a girl? Because I'm hoping you a girl. Because if you a boy up here kissing up into the camera, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I love you though. I'm trolling. I got you. I hear you. I got you. I feel it. Wait, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. Dog.
Listen, your savings account is driving you blind. But don't worry. I found out a way how to make my money work for me in my sleep, and I can help you do the exact same thing. Now, this isn't no get rich quick scheme. This isn't no pyramid scheme. This isn't something just trust me situation. This is legit, and this is something that your every average day person can implement in their lives, and they can really get to a bag. This isn't a short-term play. It's a long-term play. There's a promo going on right now, so you definitely want to jump on it before the price goes up, because this is too valuable. The link is in the description, and hey, let's get our money up. Let's get back to the video.